Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pei.
And welcome. You're tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio station KCAA, the home to the Asian Oprah, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, Podchaser, JioSaavn, Rumble, Tiki Live, and about 28 more platforms. Why? I want to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness because, as you know, I am on a happy 88 mission, 88 million more happy people in the next 8 years because life is so short that we do not want to continue to vibrate anything other than high vibes, being naturally high. Why? It's good for your health. It's good for your mood. It's good for your relationships, even on a Monday. Monday. I was just telling my sound engineer, Polly, that I love Mondays, and I am kind of weird for that because most people dread Mondays. But I used to do a little morning Facebook Live called Monday's the New Friday. And people told me, I think you're just overstretching that just a bit more. But as usual, I am here to try to get you to drink the Kool-Aid so you can have a happier life because you have a birthright to be happy 88% of the time. But you would not know it, especially during this season when it's supposed to be a season of joy. But I hear a lot of grumbling out there. So I thought on Monday, since this is going to be an epic week of guests and co-hosts, that I would start this week off with the topic of life does not suck. It came to me yesterday, verified by my friend Josh. He said, that's a great topic. So ergo, I'm here. And I am going to go right into having breakfast with me, and that way I can and also update you on all the great things that are going on in life. It's called Having Breakfast with Dr. Marissa, a good life habit for those of you who've been tuned in for a while. And I was just distracted at the top of the show because I got such a nice message from Anna Ford, who has been a past guest of mine. She's a wonderful vet who came and talked about what it's like to come back home after being at war. And she said that I'm a beautiful person, a beautiful heart, and a beautiful something else that I couldn't click to. So thank you, Anna. That's the first thing that I'm grateful for this morning is the beautiful messages that I do get on social. And so we're going 8 gratitudes. Those of you who are tuned in right now, I see your eyeballs rolling in. If you could put in the chat 8 specific things that you are grateful for. And everybody's been talking about that. Oprah talks about 5 things. She had it on Instagram, my honorable moniker. Michael Bernard Beckwith actually introduced me to Oprah many years ago and said, this is the Asian Oprah. And that's how I met her. And that's how I got my honorable moniker. She says 5 gratitudes. Dr. Wayne Dyer says 5 gratitudes. I'm a recovering overachiever. So I say 8 specific reasons on why I am grateful first thing in the morning. And if you do that, your day will start in the most positive way. So that's what we do, is have a bite of my gratitude sandwich with those 8 gratitudes. And then I'll tell you what comes on the bottom of the bun in a minute. 8's also, by the way, a homophone for good fortune in Chinese. And I know you thought I was Swedish, but I'm actually Chinese. So first gratitude was the nice things. Second gratitude is, guess who's coming on the show on Wednesday? I'm so delighted. You remember Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time, boxer, his greatest of all time daughter. I mean, he has many daughters, but my favorite obviously is my friend Layla Ali, who is undefeated boxer. And I actually had not, as many years as I've known her, I met her probably like 7 years ago, I'm thinking. I'll have to validate that with her. But she is coming back and actually um, invited, and I had this in meditation. Her face came to me, so I reached out and wished her a happy Thanksgiving. And next thing you know, she's coming on. So that's Wednesday. I'm super excited to have her again. Watch some of her. You'll be seeing her boxing clips on my Instagram, Doc Balance, and on my Facebook. So that's super exciting. Third gratitude is that next week I'm having Mark from Mark and Brian. So if you're in Southern California, actually they are nationally syndicated. So you should know Mark from Mark and Brian. He's coming next week. I'm grateful that I had my big brother Michael Bernard Beckwith on, and you can catch his interview on my YouTube. And thanks to all the people who've already given shout outs and thank yous and shares for his interview. I'm on number 5, I believe. Oh, it's my bonus dad's 93rd birthday today. Happy birthday, dear bonus dad, Graham Martin. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dad. Can't wait to see him, and we're going to have lunch and celebrate. I'm so grateful for my bonus family in my life, and my bonus sisters and my bonus mom. And so that'll be a great celebration today. I am grateful that it was a week ago I was in the afterglow of Elton John's final US Canada concert, his 2000s. And I'm still like, that was such an epic stop in the joyride of my life. And finally, I am grateful that y'all had a great Thanksgiving. I had an amazing Thanksgiving. My daughters came down. I meant to post the picture of them, but I'll see if I can't get that up. And I had the most amazing time with both of them. And now they're back in San Francisco. They left yesterday, so I'm happily sad. But that's my final gratitude. And now we go to the bottom of the bun, which is 8 appreciations that I have of myself. And why do we do that? Because I want to work your muscle. A lot of the dis-ease with life, people walk around saying, you don't appreciate me, you don't compliment me, you don't like me, literally, on social media. And it takes away from your ability to be happy, because you're constantly looking to other people to make you happy. And I hate to tell you this, but the only one that can truly make you happy is you. You think it's other people, but it's really you. The buck stops right over here. So in order to enhance your muscle and the ability to be happy, it's so important that you approve of yourself. Self-care, self-love, dropping self-loathing, self-hatred. That's my formula for a happy life. So to exercise that, what are you good at? What do you like about yourself? And if you can't come up with 8 things, you'll want to come and work with me because it should be relatively easy to do if you have a healthy, balanced sense of self-love. And that is what life is all about. So, and when you've heard that when you can love yourself, you can love others. When you can't love yourself, it's very difficult to love others unless it's codependently. But that's another story for another day. But I appreciate that I have the ability to be a vehicle for words to come through me. A lot of the time, I have no idea what is going to be said, because I say at the beginning of each day, let the words be thine and the voice be mine. Speak through me. Don't let me get in the way. And it's not a religious thing. It is just knowing that I am connected to the energy that created the worlds, as we all are, and that we are a vehicle of creativity and innovation if we allow it, if we are connected. When I meditate in the morning, it's the analogy is I take my plug from my tail that I don't really have, but I plug it in to the energy grid of the universe, and that's when I get powered up to do what I do and to talk at you. All right. I appreciate that I have a good sense of humor. I made Polly laugh this morning, which is, really good. That's my sound engineer. And I appreciate that I love to laugh, favorite sound in my life. I appreciate my good eye to see and record things that are gorgeous in life. 5, I appreciate that I love new things. I love trying new things. I love opening and expanding my mind, my body, my soul. I appreciate that I have the discipline to do those things that keep me naturally high. Meditating, seeing the good, pronoia instead of paranoia, and all the things that I talk about on the show. 7, I appreciate that I love most of the time. And when someone's difficult to love, I say, I love you. I don't like you right now. But, source energy, or my UPS man, as I call him, my universal power source, love through me. And 8, I am so appreciative that I can screw up and not beat myself up so bad as I used to before. So those are my 8 appreciations. You've now had the top of the bun and the bottom of the bun. That is, my friends, having breakfast with Dr. Marissa in the morning. Thank you. I'm so glad I instituted that breakfast probably 8 months ago on the show. And as I don't thank enough, I want to just take a minute to appreciate all of y'all who continue to just make me smile. I had a beautiful woman stop me yesterday at Agape, and maybe I can play this. Well, if I get it up later, I'll play it, or you'll see it on my social. And she was just so sweet in saying that she stopped me a couple of years ago on Wilshire Boulevard to thank me for representing joy in the work that I do and in the singing that I do with the Agape International Choir. So that was beautiful too. So thank you for all the support, all of y'all out there. And then for all the guys, and I can say that because they're all guys at my KCAA #1 talk radio station in the IE, and making me the #1 8 a.m. talk there, and #2 in SoCal. So I'm just so grateful. Oh, behind Bill Handel, coming to get you. So that is the end of my breakfast. Now, life does not suck is the topic. And why do I know that life does not suck? Because I grew up knowing that life did suck. So for those of you who think that I was birthed positive, that I popped out of my mom knowing that everything was, roses and, butterflies and all of that, that's not true. In fact, if you did watch the Fox, surprisingly enough, DC channel a couple years ago in March for Women's History Month, they did a special on me there, and they revealed that was the first time I went public after I released the book, 8 Ways to Happiness, that I am not talking about happiness because I'm a psychologist telling you how to be happy. I'm talking about happiness because I'm one of the 7 out of 10 of us who grew up with childhood trauma. And I went against every Chinese tradition in publishing this book because you're not supposed to air your dirty laundry. You're not supposed to talk bad about your family. You're not supposed to air your dirty laundry. And I did all of the above in this very real look at what it's like to grow up as one of the majority of us who've had childhood trauma. And yes, my Chinese mom actually has read the book or had the book read to her. And at first she was not thrilled, but she has now seen how many people I have been able to help because this is so prevalent and not talked about when you have had childhood trauma in your past, that she now is fully on board. I talk to her every day. I'm going back to Canada. She is now in palliative stage of life. And I'm so appreciative of her and her willingness. She did actually apologize for the abuse a few years back. And, that's the glory of life, is that I really believe that all the hardship that we go through in life is here to chisel us into greater and greater good, instead of hammer us down to the point where we say life sucks. So today's Asian Oprah giveaway is an audio download, and I'll give 8 away today because I'm feeling very generous. So that comes out of my nonprofit, 8 Ways to Happiness. So if you shop on Amazon, by the way, please go to Smile Amazon and just put 8 Ways to Happiness, and you'll help out my nonprofit that helps kids, teens, and young adults who have temporarily forgotten their birthright to happiness. So that's who gives these books away. So go to drmarissa.life and put in the subject line, let's put in "Life Does Not Suck," so I can keep track of who's tuning in today, and you'll get a free audio book of this book. So that is my message that I will continue till the day that I die, because I know that I have the privilege of being one of the 7 out of 10 who knows that it does not have to line your future wardrobe with the negative, all those messages that you got when you were a kid, that you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you'll never amount to anything, and who do you think you are? So if you're one of those who have had that, or you know someone who right now is suffering because they cannot shut those voices of self-hatred and self-loathing and self-sabotage out of their head, then please do get the free audio book. Go to drmarissa.life, put "Life Does Not Suck" in the subject line, and you can give them that. As well, if you want to help yourself, you can go and book some time with me. You can get a free happy tip sheet. There's all that. That's why I'm here. That's why I am on the air. That's why I am, sharing all that I do, because I want people to feel as good as they can in this thing called life. And to that end, I put together a short film during COVID that I'm going to show you now, called PPP, Post-Pandemic Possibilities. That is also the name of the new 21-day fast from complaining process that we're going through, that I'll talk to after the short film. It's very short. It's less than 10 minutes. So, Polly, I'm interested in your take on this. I don't think you've watched it yet. I am going to say that Seth Greenleaf, who's a filmmaker, so that's high praise, did watch it. He's been a guest on my show. You can get his interview on my YouTube channel for free. He said that this film is like a vitamin B12 shot for more hope and happiness. So without further ado, please enjoy.
It's been a tough, horrible, unanticipated, unprepared for, crappy year called the pandemic. But before we rush back to normal, a normal where there were a lot of overworked, underpaid, angry, frustrated, and depressed people who hated their jobs and lived for their weekends, can we consider a new normal? Take a breath with me. And consider a new PPP, post-pandemic possibilities. What if conforming to the world was exploring the world? What if the question, what do you want to be when you grow up, little girl, turns into, how many streets of life do you want to explore? What if there was another way to grow up believing in yourself so that you don't have to attend the school of hard knocks? What if the current push to do well in subjects that you are not good at, or choose a school that you can't afford, or to declare a major when you are still a minor in life are not the pressures that cook us raw? What if there was another career path where words like rat race and dog eat dog and climbing or clawing our way to the top are not in our career ladder vocabulary? What if big business control and imbalance resulting in people stuck in jobs they hate, contributing to dreams that are not their home, were BS belief systems that had to be called out, like cookies that had to be deleted in our mind browser? What if the lesson in the pandemic is that the trajectory that we have been on needs a hard reset? What if the real virus in our society is currently structured to help a few and hurt many? What if we could say, help our own and help others in the same breath? What if we grew up with global patriotism instead of warring nationalism and not afraid of helping socialism? What if we were taught how to see past skin color and learn how to value others for who they are? What if you were taught how to value who you are, especially when value was not found growing up at home? What if I knew I was important without anyone telling me? What if I knew that I was of value so that I didn't have to go around asking people to appraise me? What if world peace started with an okayness with ourselves, who we are, and what we think in the imperfect, perfect persona that we splatter on this world? What if we learned self-care skills so that we wouldn't thrash about so much when we were in the middle of the dis-ease with life? What if we could care for others without hurting myself? What if we valued ourselves enough to take care of our own selves, our body, our mind, and our soul? What if we each took responsibility for our own choices and quit blaming others when we insist on dragging our past along with us as an excuse to behave badly? What if we learned relationship skills as soon as we learned addition, subtraction, and how to dissect a frog? What if we knew that all life was valuable, even when we disagreed on how people were living? What if we cut people some more slack when we know they should know better, but because of their own humanness, they temporarily missed a take? What if the purpose of life is not to die with the most toys to leave our squabbling relatives? What if the purpose of life was to do things that we enjoy most of the time, have relationships that we enjoy most of the time, and use our unique talents, gifts, and abilities to fully express in the dash between birth and death? What if there is nothing to be afraid of? What if everything that happens to us is for our divine and best good, even if it doesn't feel good? What if death is not that big of a deal? What if the concept of death is not the hill we want to die on? What if tragedy is not really tragic? What if people dying in tragedy has purpose in releasing more love that we may have trapped inside our minds and our bodies? What if challenges that we face because of skin color or physical limitations or gender or our differences are all conditions that can grow and chisel and elevate us into the most magnificent of sculptures? What if I can turn every single bad, shitty thing that ever happened to me into rich fertilizer to birth and grow all of the potential that I was born with? What if life does not suck? What if I knew I was one of a kind wonderful, that I had a unique gift, talent, and ability to unleash on life one glorious year, day, month, and season of life? What if, as a direct result of this horrible pandemic, we could rise out of the ashes with the new PPP, post-pandemic possibilities? Well, you can. You can rise. You can live in my what if. It just starts with choosing happiness, choosing to love this thing called life, and drop the rock of BS belief systems that have tricked you into thinking that you are not enough. Because all of this is possible if you choose to believe in you first and foremost. Because the buck stops right over here with you, with me, and with us. The sooner you turn "it's impossible" to "I'm possible," the what ifs become possible too. Because you are loving, lovable, and loved, wrapped in a warm blanket of worthiness. But it may start with getting out of bed and making it. What if starts with you. Hi, I'm Dr. Marissa, broadcasting live from this thing called life, trying to get you to drink my rose-colored Kool-Aid and join my Happy 88 mission, 88 million more happy people in the next 8 years.
So, did you like it? This is a little project that I never thought I would be called a filmmaker. And I'm really happy to tell you that it has won one laurel and is in the running for another one, which is like the recognition you get when as a filmmaker. Not bad for the first film. And it actually came out of the pandemic. I never had time to do something like this. And it's my hashtag COVID silver lining. And I hope you enjoy it. And it is free for you to see and share. It is on my YouTube channel. And I'm happy to come along with the film. If you are a business owner, my clients, my corporate clients have been using this as a way to reintroduce people back into the workplace in a really positive way and looking at, do I really want to work here or not? Instead of doing the quiet quitting, it's having people reconnect with the reason why they're at the job that they are. So I'm happy to talk to you about that. You just go to my website, drmarissa.life, and schedule some time. But I so wanted to show you that because of the themes that are in there that speak to why people think life sucks and One of them is not feeling good about your past, which we talked about before. Another one is, constantly focused on what's going on around you that is negative. And there's a lot of things you can constantly focus on, that children are dying in Africa, or that people are starving in the Ukraine, which is true. War is not great. All the things that are negative that are happening around the world are not great. But if you can put your eyeballs back and look in your first space around you and ask, how am I doing to feel the best that I can? And the one thing that I noticed, especially among Americans, is we have more than most nations. Top three, the statistics are top 3 to 8% of us in America live at the top of the food chain, so to speak. We have a roof over our head, money in our wallets, and food in our fridge. And yet the most complaining that I hear, usually, especially when I travel, is from Americans. And so I'm appealing to my country of choice to start a good life habit. And this is the holiday version of the 21-day fast from complaining. And for those of you who have not heard of it, I started in 2011. If you open your mouth at all and a complaint comes out of it, then you lose that day to say I was complaint free. So normally in the fast, it's a 21 consecutive day project or challenge, so that you can say, I met the challenge of 21 days consecutive in a row where I did not complain. Now, some people are very funny on my Facebook. I think it was on Eva Glenn Atkinson's page. A friend of hers said, I'll land on the moon before that'll happen, 21 consecutive days without complaining. But I do know it's possible. I have only completed the fast myself once, but I'm trying it again. And so far I have 2 days where I have not complained. Thanksgiving Day, I complained. I believe it was on the show, so that lost it, or not on Thanksgiving Day, but the day. Anyways, it starts Thanksgiving Day. You still have time till Christmas Day. You don't have to put 21 consecutive days in a row. It is only 21 days between that period between Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day. And what you will do is it is honor system with a little bit of validation. I will take a phone call with someone who has been with you not in an intimate way, but knows you or is around you a lot, that can verify or validate that you have not complained for 21 days during this holiday PPP post-pandemic possibilities version of the fast. And then the registration is a $21 donation to my nonprofit. And then if you do complete the 21 days, not consecutive, 21 days through in that period, I will double your money and actually give it back to you from my business side. So not from the nonprofit side, so that I am donating myself and also rewarding you for not complaining for 21 days. I believe, let me give you the warning label first, because this does come with a warning label. There are side effects to actually doing this challenge or this 21-day fast from complaining. The first thing that happens to you is you won't say as much because I'm not dinging you for any complaints that go in your head. That's way too advanced, because my mind is like a dangerous neighborhood. You don't want to go in there alone. If you really knew all the things that were said in my head, you'd be shocked. But it's only what comes out of your mouth. So if you do complain, then that day you turn it into how many times do I naturally complain, so that you're more aware of it. You can't change things that you're not aware of. number one rule about change in psychology. So you can use that day to notice exactly how many times and just improve on that. So if you notice you complained 10 times yesterday, then try to complain 5 times today. So it is one of those works in progress. But if you manage to make it to 8 p.m. without a complaint, go to bed, because that's one successful no complaints day. Now, some people ask, what's the difference between a statement of fact and a complaint? So if it is cold outside and you say it's cold outside, that is not a complaint. But if you go, oh, it's cold outside, that is a complaint. So the same words, but the tone, intonation, and the spirit in which you are making the statement do count for or against you as a complaint. I have other tips on how to remain complaint free. They are free on a YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel, on a playlist called the 21 Day Fast from Complaining. So every day you can listen to the video for the day. We are not going in order like 1 through 21 like we usually do, because we can skip around. One example of a tip on how to remain complaint free is to replace every complaint with a compliment. So it's easier to change something from going cold turkey to do something and not to do it. As Abraham Hicks will say, it's not possible to go from being pissed off to just not being pissed off. That's too big of a jump. But you can go from pissed off and back up and get more general about how you're feeling, so that you're not so focused on it, and or focus on something else so you're not so pissed off. So if you're complaining about the traffic, let's say it's the holiday traffic that seems to be worse than it is in normal traffic, you would turn your, ask for a YouTube video on your favorite music to distract you from focusing on that. Or you can go to gratitude and say, I'm grateful that I have a car that I can drive around. And another tool is BOD, giving people the benefit of the doubt that they are doing the best that they can. And the other one is, have I ever cut anyone off? The answer is yes. I don't know anybody who has not accidentally or purposefully cut someone off on the freeway. So you are doing the identification and empathy. So there's very many ways to be able to replace or distract or focus on something else that allows you to not complain that day. Does that make sense? There's also a Facebook group where you can join, and I have I don't even know how many people. This is from 2011. These are the people who actually have committed to the fast, and I go there every day and post something and answer questions. There's a poll up there. So go to my Facebook and join that. You don't have to be a friend of mine. You can follow me and just go there if you already have enough friends. But that is the place you can go and have a community of support. All right. So that is my antidote. If you noticed in the short film, and by the way, there's a comment here. By the way, I would love, thank you, John D. Carter. Sorry, I missed you. He says, wonderful, that if you are interested in doing the fast, the registration link is on drmarissa.life. I would love for you to be able to join. I am doing my first Giving Tuesday, so you can use the $21 as part of your gifting, and you will be registered there. I'm going to post that today, since Giving Tuesday is tomorrow's start. if you want to get a start on it, that you can donate and also help yourself with this good life habit. It is something that has people, I'm just so grateful that a lot of people have said it has helped, even if they haven't finished the 21 days, it's helped them with their relationships with others, especially the intimate ones or significant others who have benefited from you not complaining. I've had someone who will remain nameless say that they had a better time in the bedroom because of the fast. So there's just a plethora of good things that can come out of this 21-day fast from complaining with Dr. Marissa. I am fully and wholly inviting you to that, knowing that it will definitely help you have better days. And good Lord, we all want better days. And that is basically my message for life, is that, a lot of us are looking for love in the wrong places. A lot of us are looking for people to complete us, thinking that they are the source of our happiness. A lot of us think that a new car or a new house or a new outfit or a new trip or new friends, new children will make us happy. And the truth of the matter is, you can look outside of yourself for happiness, but the quickest and most everlasting way to feel good and happy 88% of your life is within yourself. And I absolutely know that to be true for my life. It's a blisscipline. That gratitude sandwich is a challenge that I do all the time. 30 days. If you can manage to, start your day. And this is my blisscipline, so I'm going to share it with you. People say, what's your secret to happiness? And as His Holiness the Dalai Lama will say, if I told you, it wouldn't be a secret. But I will tell you the secret to my happiness. It is a daily thing. I wake up first thing in the morning, and I sometimes have to do this depending on, how late it is. But every morning, I spend time, 1, doing the gratitude, 2, breathing. And I know that sounds silly, but we're going to do this tool right now. This is for those who have trouble meditating and sitting still for a long time, it's a real shortcut. And it's something you can do all day long. And so my clients, my happiness coaching clients, I ask them at the top of every hour, if they are overwhelmed a lot during the day, then this is a practice. It takes 20 seconds. So I'm going to ask you to do this with me now. It's the 3-breath technology by Dr. Marissa. And you put your feet on the ground and you put your palms up in your lap and you gently close your eyes and you take 1 full deep breath through the nose. And then you release the breath, soft shoulders, soft elbows, and soft knees. And that activates the physical part of the breath. You're engaging your body in your breath. Another deep breath in, second breath. And you're going to release all the stories and the drama. You've just activated your mind. You've hooked into all of the drama and the chatter and the monkey mind and the gerbil and the chipmunk, chipmunk, squirrel, all of that. And you've grabbed all of that distraction of thought and you've grounded it, and you take that breath and then you release that out of your body. And then the third breath, the most important breath, is the spirit, and bringing in, connecting with me through chi, eternal energy, the breath of life. So that breath is the largest and most encompassing of all the breaths because it is recognizing the eternal nature of breath. So if you think about it, when I breathe, I take nothing from you. So it's also a beautiful symbol of abundance. So that third breath that activates body, mind, and then spirit or soul. Soul, I define as a connection between spirit, body, and mind. So that third breath just connects us with everyone and everything outside of ourselves. So we're first activating our body, then we activate our mind, and then we connect our spirit and soul. So that's the 3 breath technology. Super powerful to take you out of the overwhelm, to take you out of the especially during the holidays. So that tool will help keep a complaint from coming out of your mouth. So if you catch yourself that you feel like complaining, you just saw something horrible, and you on the news, which if you don't watch the news and if you don't spend time on your phone scrolling, why bother scrolling things that are meaningless to you? You're less likely to have this happen. But let's say you can't help yourself and you go and you scroll into the news and you see something and you want to say, what is wrong with people? That is a complaint. And you instead go, I'm going to breath, take that breath in, first breath, second breath, third breath, and then you are much less likely to complain. Make sense? All right. So what has happened today in the show that I want you to fully remember and do not, don't make this holiday a humbug holiday. Basically, that's the subtitle to Love Does Not Suck. I hear so much, and to my chagrin, a lot of people, I can't wait for the holidays to be over. I hate the holidays. The holidays are overrated. Stupid holidays. I don't want to go see my family. And the complaint after complaint after complaint after complaint. That's what this antidote is for. That's what this prescription is for. The show, if you want to share this show, which I hope you do, to anyone and any group that is getting together and just complaining. There's so much good to see. There is so much wonder to see. Every single moment of the day is a chance to create, innovate, respect, love, care, sing, dance, play with children, play with animals and dogs. Not saying play with yourself, play with your friends, be entertained. There's nothing wrong with entertainment, just a little bit of balance so you're not streaming and not sleeping. Every day is a chance to write. There's a story in everyone. Learn a new language, learn an instrument. That's what you can do in your holidays. There's more than just the normal things that we do, sit and watch a leather ball. Nothing against sports. Sports are great too. It's been fun watching. My bonus dad is a big sports fan, and I've learned that they're cute guys in baseball, in hockey. And I've been watching the World Cup too, because there's entertainment in life, and there's also the ability to inspire and motivate us all to do more in our lives. So I am hoping that you have heard something today that has inspired you to contradict anyone who says life sucks. Next time you hear someone say life sucks, I want you to give them the link to this show, which is on YouTube now. Those of you who haven't been there, thank you for all the free subscribes. I was reminding my daughter that, she was in high school. She just graduated college, and I was so excited that my YouTube channel had 3,000 views, and I'm really happy to tell you we're now way over 250,000. We're at 278,000, I think, and growing, and my social's growing, and I don't pay for likes and stuff. So I'm really grateful that everyone was wrong. all those people who said that I would not be able to handle a show or hold a show for longer than a year that is talking about hope and happiness. We are now, thank you, Polly, for the 3-minute warning. We're now at, hey, Siri, how many weeks since, oh, it's not doing Siri. Let me look this up because I got to get this accurate. How many weeks since May 1st, 2012 is when I started this show. 552nd, it's 552 consecutive weeks that I have been on the air. I'm going to give myself a little applause. That's more than 9.5 years. And this is show 828. And you know how much I love eights. So I'm so grateful. And I know that you're going to enjoy tomorrow's guest as well. I have a new co-host coming on. You may have seen her as my guest. She's a TEDx speaker, a coach on fertility, on loss, on parenting. Her name is Yorona Boster. She will be on with me tomorrow for her first co-hosting adventure. So you'll have to come on tomorrow. Wednesday, as I said before, is the amazing Layla Ali, Muhammad Ali's beautiful inside and out daughter, who's coming with her lifestyle help with, she does so much, but she has actually invited me on her podcast when she had it. And unfortunately, I listened to some people who said, wait for the book to be published, but then she didn't have the podcast. So, but she's amazing. I want you to get to know her as I do. She's an amazing, incredible friend and powerhouse still with, you see her cooking on Instagram. She's got so much to share. She has a cleanse. Those of you who want to get the Thanksgiving thigh off of your thighs, please do tune in on Wednesday. Thursday is my straight talk with my fun, entertaining, we talk, a no holds barred show, straight talk with Dr. Marissa and Sam Works. And then Friday, we'll see what happens Friday. So that is it for today's scintillating Life Does Not Suck episode of Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind. I want you to remember that it's all about balance. Peace in, peace out, world peace through, inner peace. Now go and have the best day ever. See you tomorrow.